Have you ever lost a game because your mouse just didn't respond fast enough? Or maybe as a student, you got frustrated when a cheap mouse stopped working in the middle of an assignment. I know I have, but I think I have the solution to your problems. It's this, the Logitech G102 LightSync gaming mouse. Now, the problem is many people struggle to find an affordable, reliable, and responsive mouse that balances performance, customization, and comfort. Expensive options dominate the market, but not everyone can afford premium gear. Hi, my name is Umar Adam bin Hanif from class DEC 1A, and today I'll be reviewing the Logitech G102 LightSync gaming mouse by discussing its features, evaluating its strengths and weaknesses, comparing it with other mice, and finally giving my recommendation. Let's start by looking at the product details. The Logitech G102 LightSync is a budget-friendly wired gaming mouse designed to provide high performance without a premium price tag. Its target users are people who love to game or students who just want a nice looking mouse to show off while they're doing their Canva slides. The product released in 2020 and has become a popular budget choice for many people ever since. I personally use it because I wanted a mouse that looks nice, would last long, while also keeping my wallet full. You can buy the mouse on your staple online shopping websites such as Lazada and Shopee, and you can also find it in most IT stores at any mall. It is a very popular mouse after all. The price ranges from 60 to 90 ringgit depending on the store. Anything less than that and it's probably a cheap Chinese knockoff, so be mindful of that. There's actually another version of this mouse, which is the regular G102, which doesn't have customizable RGB lighting, but instead a solid blue color that just doesn't look as nice. The mouse comes in two colors, black and white. I have the white one. It has a classic 6-button design with a plastic body, while still having that premium feel to it. It features customizable RGB lighting and an 8000 dpi sensor. It has its own software called Logitech G Hub, which allows you to customize the RGB lighting and make on-the-fly DPI adjustments. It's a relatively lightweight mouse, weighing only 85 grams, making it very easy to maneuver. Now, let me demonstrate the features of this mouse. First of all, the DPI button. Using the Logitech G Hub software, we can set the button to change from one DPI to another, just from one click. For example, I use 800 DPI as my default setting, but sometimes I need a faster DPI when I'm playing games where I need to turn around quickly, such as to spot an enemy or run away from a big scary monster. Other than that, we can also use the software to customize its RGB lighting. There are many effects to choose from and you can pick the ones you like. Alright, enough of that. Let's move on to the fun part of the demonstration. I'm gonna show you how good my aim is in Counter-Strike while using this mouse. I also have a hand cam to show you how lightweight, fast, and accurate the mouse is. Without further ado, let's get to it. Now that I've demonstrated the product to you, it's now time for the product evaluation. Every product has its pros and cons, including this one. So let's start with the pros. Firstly, this mouse is very affordable compared to other mice out there. There may be cheaper options, but in terms of your value for money, this definitely delivers. The second pro has to be its customizable RGB lighting and on-the-fly DPI adjustments through Logitech G Hub. At such a cheap price, the utility that you get from this mouse is pretty incredible. Thirdly, this mouse is super durable. I've personally used it almost daily for 2 years to game and do homework, and I haven't encountered even a single problem yet. Your experience may differ, but I've seriously abused this thing and it still works like it's brand new. And for the final pro, I just have to mention the ergonomic design and lightness of this mouse. This mouse feels very comfortable in my hands and is great for long gaming or work sessions. The lightweight nature of the mouse doesn't fatigue my hands and it allows for fast and accurate movements. Moving on to some of the negative qualities of this mouse. Firstly, I have to talk about it being too small for certain people. As a person with normal sized hands, I think, this mouse fits perfectly in them, but I can see how people with bigger hands may find it too small and maybe a bit uncomfortable. Secondly, this mouse is wired only and doesn't have a wireless option. Personally, I don't have a problem with this. Actually, I prefer it since a wired mouse doesn't have lag compared to some wireless mice, but I do understand why this could be a deal breaker to some. Wires can get annoying, especially if you're using a laptop. For the third con, I have to mention the mouse's plastic body. The plastic on this mouse feels good and it feels premium, but compared with other mouses, well, mice, it might feel a bit cheap. And lastly, the G102 has limited features compared to higher end mice. Okay, moving on to the product comparison. Unfortunately, I don't actually have the mouse with me because I threw it away, but the mouse I want to compare the G102 with is the Fantech Thor X9 gaming mouse. Why do you ask? Well, it's because this is the mouse that I was using up until I bought the G102 LightSync 2 years ago. I used it for about a year, mainly for gaming, and it was a decent mouse, but after getting the G102, my standards have definitely been set higher. From my own experience using both, the Logitech G102 LightSync easily outshines the Fantech Thor X9 in looks, feel, and durability. The G102 has a cleaner, more premium design with smoother RGB lighting, and it feels lighter and more comfortable in long gaming sessions, while the Thor X9 felt bulkier and less refined. Build quality is also noticeably better on the G102. After over 2 years of daily use, its scroll wheel and DPI buttons still work perfectly, with no issues at all. In contrast, after just 6 months with the Thor X9, the scroll wheel jammed and the DPI buttons often malfunctioned, making it frustrating to use. Overall, the G102 not only looks and feels better, but also delivers far superior long-term reliability. Now, do I recommend this product or not? Well, of course I do. I just praised it for like 5 whole minutes. But seriously, I recommend the Logitech G102 LightSync to gamers who want solid performance without breaking the bank, or just regular students who want a nice looking RGB mouse that will last them a long time. If you don't mind a wired mouse and want customizable lighting and precise tracking, this is one of the best budget choices available. It's perfect for casual gamers, students, or anyone who wants a reliable mouse for both gaming and everyday use. Now, for my star rating, I have to give this mouse a 4 out of 5. The reason as to why I didn't give it 5 stars is because I think that there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. First of all, the mouse should definitely have the option to be wireless. This will cater to everyone since it still has the option to be wired, but having that extra option of being wireless will make a bunch of people's lives easier. Secondly, I feel as though they could have used some more premium materials on the mouse, maybe some carbon or leather to make it more comfortable. Not only will it be more comfortable, but materials such as those could improve the looks of the mouse and even the durability of the mouse further. Lastly, I think there should be more features on the mouse. A few extra buttons and maybe a few more options in the software could really make this mouse perfect. Now, let's wrap everything up. We looked at the Logitech G102 LightSync's product details, its pros and cons, and how it compares with other mice in the same category. This mouse proves that you don't need to spend a lot of money to enjoy high quality gaming performance. I've added a link in the description for Shopee and Lazada, so you can go ahead and check out this mouse if you want to buy it for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this review, and thank you so much for watching.